Hello my witches and wizards, this is Professor Rowan, coming to you from my office because the neighbors are chainsawing and there's no way you'd be able to hear me if I was outside. We need to talk about the Weasley Predicament. It's the April's Brilliant event, and it's going to be running from April 5th, part 1 anyway, through April 12th, both beginning and ending at 11 a.m. my local time. That does mean that this is now Monday to Monday instead of Tuesday to Tuesday. There will be a brilliant store pack with enough ingredients to brew your own tonic for trace detection and 25 spell energy. There are also going to be boosted foundables on the map. Not just the brilliant foundables, but regular ones. These foundables will be boosted with the tonic of trace detection as well as the map. Those are the Boggart Cabinet, the Magical Megaphone, the Weasley's Fireworks, the Baby Niffler, the Exploding Snap Cards, and Professor Flitwick. These all have something in common. Do you know what it is? That's right, these all use the Ibubulo spell, which here in the US we don't say the name, we just do the wand gesture and put forth the intent, so I have no idea if I'm pronouncing that right. Now the first part of this brilliant event focuses on Weasley Wizard Wheezes, I think is how it's said. The business owned by George Weasley and Ron Weasley. So the foundables are kind of focused around their shop. The foundables you will be finding in the wild are Proprietor George Weasley and the Puking Pestles display. Using the event-specific runestones will be getting you Arthur Weasley, Ron's father. Either walking 5 Portkeys or completing the bonus challenge will be giving you the Peruvian Instant Darkness Powder display. I personally would love to try some of that stuff, so I'm hoping I can collect some from either the Portkeys or, most likely knowing me, the bonus challenge. And for completing Quest 4, the brilliant event, you will be receiving the Love Potion stand. So, as per usual at this point, do not place the images until told to do so. Also, do not open your brilliant registry until Quest 3. You need to hold off. That means also making sure that you're not collecting enough of the brilliant foundables before Quest 3 to force you to go to that page. So pay close attention to how many foundables you have already collected. Thankfully, that is at the top every time you first find a foundable. I have heard that you can force close the app to try to keep it from forcing you to collect those brilliant runestones if you by accident collect the foundable that will get you sent there. I haven't personally tried to do it. You know, do that as you need to or as you will. So on to Quest 1. Our first task has you picking up items off of the map. Energy, ingredients, Portkeys, what have you. Picking anything up off of the map 2 times. That will get you 6 Re'em blood. You also need to brew 3 potions. Any potions. So I suggest having these already brewed and ready for you when the event starts. That will get you 2 Abraxian hair. Finally, the thing that's going to take you the most time, I'm assuming, the task of returning 12 of the Puking Pestles display. Getting 12 of those will get you 1 Barufio's Brain Elixir. Completing all of Quest 1 will give you 550 Wizarding XP, 50 Brilliant Family XP, 2 Restricted Section books, and Spell Energy. Moving on to Quest 2. Quest 2, in my opinion, is going to really slow you down. But hopefully, if you use a tonic for trace detection, that will help you get through this all the quicker. First off, you need to return 12 of the Proprietor George Weasley foundables, the brilliant version of that. Returning 12 Georges will give you 6 Snowdrop. You also have to use Master's Notes 5 times, so that will most likely slow you down. That will get you 1 standard Stimulo potion. Finally, you have to cast the Ibubulo spell at good or better, so the fairs aren't going to count. You need to cast that spell 13 times. 13 good or better casts of that spell will get you 4 Leaping Toadstools. Honestly, I think that might actually slow me down more than the Master's Notes. Not because that I have a hard time casting that spell. I actually cast that spell fairly easily. The problem is finding all the foundables that I want. Thankfully, if you have to cast that spell more than once on a foundable, it does count that you cast it more than once. Also, make sure that you're keeping an eye on how many Georges and Puking Pastels you've collected at this point. Make sure that you are not going over the 20 to place the image so that you don't get forced to the page. Completing Quest 2 will get you 750 Wizarding XP, 75 Brilliant Family XP, 3 Restricted Section books, and more spell energy. Quest 3 has us finally collecting those runestones, so you can now go into your registry. From all of the brilliant foundables you have collected up to this point, as well as the brilliant family XP that has been a reward for Quest 1 and Quest 2, this should be instantly done. Collecting 5 of those runestones should be done as soon as you walk in here. Those 5 runestones will get you 6 Bitterroot. You also need to defeat 15 foes in Wizarding Challenges. Now, that isn't actually as hard as it sounds. 15 foes, you can do that in the ruins or tower chambers. Those usually give you 3 or 4 to hit if you go in by yourself. Those 15 foes will give you 1 silver key. Finally, you need to earn 7,000 Wizarding XP from traces. So the XP that you get in the fortress fighting those foes is not going to count. If you have any leftover tonic for trace detection when you are on Quest 2, hopefully that will help you find more traces so that you can get that XP for here in Quest 3. I would also suggest downing a tonic for trace detection because that tonic's bonus will count. That 7,000 XP will get you 1 strong Stimulo potion. Completing Quest 3 gives you 1,250 Wizarding XP, 75 Brilliant Family XP, 5 Restricted Section books, and more spell energy. So now, on to Quest 4. In Quest 3, you had to collect the runestones. In Quest 4, you have to spend them. Quest 4 has you collecting 3 of Mr. Arthur Weasley by using the runestone in challenges. You're not guaranteed to get Arthur Weasley when you're using the runestone, so you may have to go into the fortress more than 3 times. But you're going to need to do that anyway for the other part. That will get you 1 spell book. You also need 7,500 Wizarding XP from challenges, which means either the challenge of going into the fortress or fighting an adversary. So the XP you get when you're trying to find Mr. Arthur Weasley will count towards this. That will get you a 2nd spellbook. Finally, you have to cast the Biblio spell again 13 times. Great or better. So 13 great or better. If you have trouble getting great or masterful on that particular spell, hopefully the practice you had to do for the previous task will help you with this one. That will get you your 3rd spellbook. Completing all of Quest 4 will give you 5 Restricted Section books, 5 Defense Against the Dark Arts books, 50 gold, the Brilliant Love Potion Registry image, and spell energy. Now on to the bonus challenge. You get to place all of those images you've been collecting up to this point. You need to place 5 of them. If you have not been walking the port keys, that means that you're going to have to place one of these images at least 1 more time. So that means, for me, Arthur Weasley's statistically going to be the easier one to get, so I'm going to probably be placing that one twice. Placing all those images gives you a Barufio's Brain Elixir. You need to defeat 20 formidable foes in Wizarding Challenges. Those are the ones with 2 stars. Those foes will give you spell energy. You need to earn 12,500 Wizarding XP from any source, so your gifts will help a lot with this area. That will get you 1 spellbook. You need to win in your highest unlocked chamber 1 time. So Dark 5, here we come. I will be doing that most likely on Wednesday if Expecto Go is having a live stream on Wednesday, if I can get there in time. That will get you 1 silver key. Finally, you have to cast that Biblio spell 20 times. Great or masterful casts, the good and the fair, will not count. That will get you a potent Stimulo potion, and potentially carpal tunnel from having to cast that one particular spell a ridiculous number of times. Completing the entirety of the event and this bonus challenge will give you 2,000 Wizarding XP, 100 Brilliant Family XP, 5 Defense Against the Dark Arts books, a bunch of spell energy, a Brilliant Event title, and all of the Peruvian instant darkness powder that you need to place the image. Now for some tips and tricks on how to get through this event. Make sure that you are not going into your registry until told to do so. I also have been trying to not go into my registry after I've finished. I mean, you have to go in afterwards to place all the images, I'll give you that. But if I collect any more Brilliant Foundables after I have finished the event, I don't go into my registry so that that XP sits there waiting for me for part 2. Have potions sitting there waiting for you. Don't be afraid to use your tonic for trace detections and your brain elixirs. They're giving you brain elixirs, they want you to use the brain elixirs. You are going to be casting a ridiculous amount of Abublio, so make sure that you are prepared for that. If that is a spell that you find complicated, thankfully the doing it earlier only has to do good or better, so you get in some practice on that particular motion before you have to get all of the greats or betters. Thankfully they are also going to be boosted on the map, but Tonic of Trace Detection will help with that as well. If you have any ideas on how to get through this event as quickly and efficiently as possible, or want to share any other ideas, by the way, please feel free to put that in the comments below. Also, if these videos are helpful for you, if the heads up we are able to provide, please like, subscribe, share. It really does help us out. Thank you also to our patrons, because you guys help make all of this crazy possible. And if you are unable to support us through Patreon but still want to support us, you can purchase us a coffee. That link is in the description below. I think that's everything I've got for you. And it sounds like, now that we're wrapping this up, the chainsaw has finally stopped. Please remember to stay safe. So please keep your eyes peeled, your ears open, and your wands ready.